Hello everyone, welcome back if you return to the channel, and welcome to the channel if you're new. If you're new, hello, I'm Shikyo Sendo. I play video games for fun, and I write under the pen name JW Ashtier. If you're interested in any fantasy stories using global mythology with a sapphic main character, feel free to check the link in the description. It will take you to an Amazon listing in which you can buy my book. About $5, so do not feel that you need to, but I would personally appreciate if you do. I am a personal self-published author, so I kind of need to do these little videos to get the word out about my book. But other than that, I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in it. Take care. Hello everyone! Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age the Veilguard. Off screen, all I did was... something, I don't really remember. I think I explored, cleared out a few locations, that's about it, really. I did change up appearances a little bit, equip some new stuff. I really like the idea of the pale reflection, so we're going to stick with that for a little bit. I want to see how well that really ends up working. Other than that, not much. So, yeah. I did update my skills. Since we're not level 40, we can't learn more into the Reaper specialization yet. But we are well along our way. So, yay. As a side note, 50 is the max level, so we are 20 levels away from being done. That being said, let's get to the set. We're going to be doing some companion quests and then possibly some story. But for now, Necropolis. We will bring Balara and Emmerich. God, I love how Al looks in set. Alright. Actually, while we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that quest, that side quest down there, the side quest. It's something I'm gonna be working on off screen, but it is for a side quest that will unlock a epilogue. Well, not really an epilogue, but a hidden post-credit cutscene. There we go. I also missed this. Let's grab that. Boop.
Sealed tight.
Stand back. Are you Venatori? Are the sniffing rats? What form have you all? This vault's riches are mine. I tore them from the dead, and with me, they will remain.
That's gotta be a demon.
And a powerful one, to have been kept behind such ancient locks instead of simply banished.
Let's search around. Maybe the Venatori know something.
Okay, so my friend, when this game first came out, told me about this side quest. He mentioned, like, yeah, I'm doing this weird side quest. There's this demon or something behind a locked door there, called the Formless One. And immediately, the second I heard that, I was like, oh. The Formless One is one of a series of very ancient and powerful demons. Let me see if I can find more information. They're one of the 4 forbidden ones. There we go. Get rid of that. There we go. In every Dragon Age game, there has been a forbidden one that has appeared. In Origins, let me see here, there was Goskang, the Unbound. In Dragon Age 2, there was Zebanek. Where is it? In Inquisition, when you go to Empress de Leon, there was Ishamael. And lastly, in Veilguard, there's the Formless One. They are all very powerful, very deadly demons. Let's see if I can find the proper information. Here we go. The first of the Magus cast themselves deep into the Fade in search of answers and power, always power. They found the Forbidden Ones, Zabanek, Ishamael, Zakakang, the Unbound, and the Formless One. Many conversations were had and much of the fabric of the world revealed, and thus the magic of blood was born. It's from these 4 demons that blood magic was discovered and made, essentially. So yeah, they're powerful. You don't want to fuck with these guys.
This note says the door's seals are tied to demons out in the world. Killing them unseals the door, but they'll keep returning until we destroy whatever's behind the door itself.
Well, let's find some demons.
The Order would be grateful. I've never even heard of this spirit.
Let's keep an eye out.
Yeah, they're all tied to secret side quests that you need to do to get to unlock them, and holy hell, they are interesting. Alright, so let's see here. This way. Oh, they're cleaning up. Nice.
Everything's calm. Looks like the candles worked.
I see some of our colleagues have begun the renewal of the vows.
That's always nice. Yoink. Oh, didn't grab that. Oh well.
Thank you again for coming. It'll be good to perform the rites of remembrance with another Watcher. Excellent. Manfred found his way down. Very good, Manfred.
He sounds excited.
I thought we'd start the rites here. A tableau of the dead, commissioned 173 years ago.
I remember this. A visiting Orlesian mage called it the most macabre thing he'd ever seen.
Orlesians. Fabulous artists, but no eye for the long run. These lives were flickers against the ages, precious, fragile, and finite. Now they serve as a warning. Don't linger overlong in the gloom. Live with grace and fervor while you may.
Brings my childhood flooding back.
A little reminder of home?
Of growing up.
That one's livelier. Here. Who were you when you breathed above?
This body was a tailor's, a mother's. She laughed and taught and wove the robes kings wore when they were crowned.
Tch. Someone must realign her thoracic vertebrae. I hope the novices are inspecting the displays.
Being a watcher of the Grand Necropolis should come with standards.
I remember it being better kept in my day. Doubtlessly just the comforting murk of time.
But ask someone down here if it's true.
There's a thought.
I like this. Being able to see the side of this quest as a
Time
watcher.
to light the candles.
If you would.
Been a while since I paid homage to our dead.
Would you care to light the candle, Rook?
Sure.
Look at this. The last tomb of the Tannhausens. A very influential family in the Storm Age.
We broke the bones of dragons.
A posthumous motto. Their last heir met his match against a Highland Ravager.
Death by dragon. Surprised there was enough to bury.
Yeah, no joke.
Do you know, I never expected that the door we found back in the Vault of the Beloved would lead here.
Ah, right. They used to be higher. Did the necropolis shuffle around its rooms again?
It did. We'll have some work ahead, leading people here on the days of public mourning. Could you light the next candle?
I really like this idea, having a display like this. It's an interesting concept. Bit macabre, yeah, but
Aha!
fascinating.
One of my favorite flowers! A variegated weeping widower.
You know your plants?
Alchemy is my hobby. It's a break from teaching spirit calling and theoretical applied metaphysics.
That's some advanced necromancy.
Well, feel free to browse my books in the lighthouse. I just found a wonderful work on chronological transection in the Fade. This way,
yes.
Rogue.
That bell did its job. Not a trace of despair demons. I mean, spirits.
It's all right. You've been away from the Watchers a while.
Thanks. Everyone outside the necropolis uses demons instead of spirits all the time.
I shan't judge any slips. You'll need to light these candles as well.
Yeah, I mentioned it before. Outside Navarra, and specifically the necropolis, demon and spirit is interchangeable. But if you pay attention to the lore, even all the way back in Origins, there is a very distinct difference between the two. Spirits are literally just the embodiment of emotion given form from the Fade, and demons are when that embodiment is denied, they become something dark and twisted. Unfortunately, a lot of people deny it and make demons. We actually see this a lot in Inquisition.
Open your hearts to the final day, companion of all the ages.
You still have the old ritual memorized?
Like I said, a Watcher should have some standards.
The spirits gather. Only a few more candles. Follow me.
So the way I play Al as a Watcher, he's not a mage, so he doesn't have a lot of power like this, like Emmerich does. But he is a
Look here.
protector. He's the muscle. Just in case things get out of hand.
Ah, you're precious.
They're always so fascinated by Morn Watchers, aren't they? We're also enjoying the gardens, but with one last ritual ahead. On your way, my friend.
Spirits really are your specialty.
I've always had a rapport with them. Even as a child, they were my companions.
After you started training here?
After I was orphaned.
Oh,
A collapsed building, swift deaths. After the funeral, the Watchers took me in.
they're not so different. Watchers discovered me down here as a foundling.
I'd heard a Watcher was found as an infant in the necropolis.
Well, I ran around Navarra streets before I went back to the Watchers. You settled in better?
I needed time. When I first arrived, I was terrified.
And you still joined the Watchers?
They're what saved me. Come.
Interesting.
The next set of graves lies ahead.
There goes Manfred.
Please, light the next candles if you would.
Oh, there they are.
There's much to recommend about the rhythm of a ceremony. It eases our worst hours. As a boy, the Watcher's rituals were exactly what I needed to steady my days with purpose.
If our necropolis teaches us anything, it's to face life and death.
I was grateful for it, Rook. Immensely. All this pageantry, this magnificent gloom and its rites. I ask you, Rook, what is it for?
Let no Watcher forget that our greatest treasury is our dead.
Yes, exactly, exactly. This place is an abundance of history, of magic, of memories. The Watchers preserve it so the living may draw comfort from those who've gone before.
That's sweet.
We must get to the candle, please, Manfred.
I've resurrected simple undead before, but I've never seen a wisp animate a corpse so smoothly.
He's taken remarkably well to having a body, haven't you, Manfred? Here are the last candles
precious.
you'll need to light. Once you're ready, we'll need to ring the bell.
All right, let's ring it. Hey, buddy.
Let the rites be acknowledged. Our bonds seen and sealed.
We honor the listening spirits.
Hail from the abyss.
We witness, good watchers, faith kept in all our paths.
It's been a while since I saw greater spirits of the necropolis.
Those two in particular are amongst our oldest friends. We'll need to ring the bell once more to close out the departing ceremony.
So you were really afraid of this place as a child?
It wasn't the necropolis itself, but what was draped around it. Have you ever been frightened by the thought of dying, Rook?
Hasn't everyone from time to time?
When I was younger, it happened more often than that. That's when I discovered I possess a great terror of dying. It goes beyond dread. Can't be reasoned with or soothed over. It comes without warning. In the dead of night, in sunlit streets, a raw, strangling fear struck somewhere deep past the heart.
That's an issue for a necromancer.
Oddly, I discovered I wasn't alone. I debated this fear with friends. I argued with teachers. Yet, it lingered. Manfred's right. That's maudlin enough. There are struggles, but a watcher should always find peace amongst the graves. And what sort of homecoming would this be for you if we didn't end with some light refreshment?
Well, if Manfred's excited, how can I refuse? Cheers, Manfred.
God love Manfred. So precious. Metal-plated focus. Reduced by 10 seconds after Emmerich's abilities. Cool. Actually, I don't have a quick keepsake equipped. Yeah, let's equip it. Naturally, there's going to be a lot of things we can get here. A few chests and stuff like that. What you want to keep an eye out for, there are two of them.
Yes, indeed.
Elves came from spirits.
An incredible revelation of what happened thousands of years ago.
I asked Davern what he thought, and he just shrugged.
These doorways.
He would.
Ooh, level up. There is... Dowager. Goddamn. There's one more. I don't remember how to unlock it. Oh, it's already unlocked. Cool. Perfect. I guess we have to finish that quest with Emmerich. And then boop. Yee. Is that all the chests here? No, there's still a few more. There's like a few we can get like wrong here. And then I think 3 in this side room where we got the Formless One side quest. Alright, well that's done. Let us go do Dash's quest. Oop. I'll worry about that later. Oop, not that.
Sup?
Sup?
Hey. Some for you. Some for you. Hey, don't be a dick. That was for the little one. Stupid birds.
Here, let me.
You gotta spread it out. Throw it out in a clump and they fight over it.
I know how to do it.
So do it. Sometimes I practice with the fire out here. It's safer. No people around. Lots of water.
Is it magic or...
It's not magic. My mother says the Kunari used to be closer to dragons. Something in our blood.
The Untarm called you a Dari?
Yeah. Old Kunari word for fire breather. A few like me are born every generation. My mother thinks Adari were meant for something special. She's always looking through the old texts for clues. Come on. Don't want to scare the birds.
Yeah, gotta be nice to the birds.
My mother left the Qun not far from here. She got herself transferred to Kontar from Parvalan. Smuggled me there and then walked out.
I thought Kontar was well fortified. How did she escape with a child?
The Qun isn't a prison. People can leave if they want.
That's fair.
You little guys hungry?
Do you miss living under the Qun?
Not much to miss. I was a baby. My mother misses it. She was an Ashkari back then. A scholar.
Why'd she leave?
Me.
You gotta be careful not to scare off the birds to make sure you can feed them. What gives you some affection with Tash?
There's enough for all of you. Shathan was worried about what the Kunari would do with a fire breather like me.
What would they do?
She said they'd have me put in the Antam, use me as a berserker. The idea scared her enough that she left her library and walked away from the Qun. There you go. Come on. Over here's where I practice.
Why not on the beach?
Don't want to scare the birds. We just fed them.
Fair point.
What the crap is that?
The Antar must be marking their territory.
Not on my beach. Vash Vatari! Come on. These banners need to burn.
Sounds good to me.
Gotcha.
nice. What does it feel like when you breathe fire like that?
It's more like spitting.
Yeah.
Something inside my throat opens up and lets stuff mix together. Then there's this rush of heat as I roar it out.
Oh, I'm surprised it doesn't hurt your mouth to do that.
It can. One time my tongue got in the way. Got a mouthful of fire.
Ugh.
Ouch.
Didn't hurt much. My mother has to make food extra spicy so I can taste it.
I guess that's the trade-off for being a fire breather.
It's fine. I smell stuff better than most people.
Well, I guess it'd be like, you know, eating a lot of spicy food, so it would clear out the sinuses a lot.
An untimed supply cache. Too bad it's locked up.
Not for long. Watch. Okay.
I do like the expansion on
right
Qunari.
through it.
We don't really
Yeah.
know a lot
Melt
about the
some
cube.
metals, not all.
How would you figure out which kinds of metals you could melt?
My mother said I went through a lot of spoons as a baby.
Nah. We only know like a very little. What we learned from
This way.
Sten, the
birds to
Aeroshock,
feed?
and
Something like that.
the bits of information we got from the Iron Bowl. So I like being able to learn more about them.
Karash, it's Tosh. I brought food.
Avatosh, it's good you came early. The feather clouds are getting lower. It's going to rain. Who is this with you?
This is Rook. They're a friend.
A friend. All right. Make sure you both dress for rain. Drip rain, not mist rain.
Nice to meet you.
And you.
Karash was a worker caste navigator. Got dragged along with the Antam when they invaded.
They told us it was ordered by the Qun. I was not taught war. I was taught the weather. Red clouds for thunder, gray clouds for rain, green clouds for the devouring storm, and black clouds for the Antam cannons. After what they did in Ventus, I ran away.
Is there anything you need? We saw that the Antam were in the area.
Yes, I knew some of them from the Dreadnought where I worked. I know places to hide. They did not see me.
Let me know if they give you trouble.
I am at peace, Avatosh. I have the clouds to watch and fish to eat.
More than just fish. Here you go. Shathan said to eat the fruit before it spoils.
I like the cookies better.
Everyone likes the cookies better.
I'll eat the fruit. Thank you, Avatosh.
Panaheydan. I'll see you soon.
So, the Dragon Hunter has a softer side.
The Qun says you take care of people.
So, you're a little Qunari, a little Ravani, and a little dragon?
Yeah?
I get that.
Come on. I should tell my mother how Karash is doing.
I love the reference to the
So
cookies.
how do you get it?
I'm gonna pause it quickly. So, in the Qun, in Parvalin, you are given a job, you do the job. If you are a baker, you're given the amount of ingredients you need, just enough to make the exact amount you need to make, period. No wiggle room. It's always perfect, perfect, perfect. Cookies and a lot of baked goods were designed were designed because of leftover dough when it was being made. Since Parvalin never had leftover dough because it was all equally measured out, the Qunari people never developed cookies. It's why in Dragon Age Origins, and I think in Dragon Age Inquisition, there are references to Qunari loving sweets. Sten in Origins loved any and all baked goods you give him as a gift. Um, because they just didn't have that. And they never heard of cookies or cake or anything like that inside Parvalin until they left to come to Ravain, to Ferelden, and all of that. But Sten, of the Warrior Cast, never had them before. So you give them to him, and he's just like, what's this? It's a cookie. More. It's always so good.
Left my old life behind to live in the necropolis with the Mournwatch, and I had to leave that to help stop Solus. So you take what works from each part, right?
Yeah. I had to take Qunari language classes growing up. I had to learn how to tie these stupid knots. It wasn't so bad when the Qunari and Ravain were at peace. Now the Antam have broken from the Qun and started attacking. People look at me like they're scared I'll switch sides.
That's their loss. People who've only ever been one thing will never know how big the world is.
Yeah? Maybe.
Fair point, yeah. That's why I always say you should always look at other cultures to learn more about yourself. That's one of the reasons why I love world culture in general.
Mother, what are you doing here?
You used to call me Tama.
I also used to wet the bed. Want me to start that up again?
I'd rather you didn't. Not that it's my business. She's not in my...
She always did like the flustered ones. In truth, Evitash's tastes are quite varied, although it is uncommon for her to be attracted to men.
Mother.
Perhaps because in some ways, she acts more like a man herself.
Why are you here?
I came to ask Karash about the tablet your group recovered. I wondered if some of the symbols might be used among the Antam.
Be gentle. Don't make him talk about the war.
I see the wisdom of your suggestion. I also see that you used your fire again. Chakra Toebra.
Chakra Toebra.
Remember to keep your consonants crisp. Qunari do not slouch, and neither does our language. Panahedan, Evitash. You did well bringing Karash his food.
Sorry. She's like that.
She's very involved in your life.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet Karash.
Yeah. It was.
I love Tasha's mother's horns. The way they curl. Looks really nice. Strong arm. Cool, cool. Alright, I think that's it for companion quests. Let's go see if there's anything new in the lighthouse, and then we're out. There's a few things. Alright, let's go talk to Emmerich, and then I think it was Tash as well. I love the green flames.
With all my regards. Oh, but I don't want them to think me homesick.
Hi, Emmerich.
Rook, hello. Just composing a few letters. The other Watchers have been most interested in our adventures.
You have more credibility than I do back home.
Perhaps. Speaking of home, have we rarely never met around the necropolis before? Even in passing?
I mean, I'm not a mage, so we probably never... Wait a second. Didn't you present astrological scrolls from the tomb of Mother Griselda 2 years ago?
Why, yes, indeed. It took forever to convince the departed Chantry Mother to lend them out.
I should fulfill my Watcher oaths and ask, any supernatural trouble in Navarra?
A gathering of pride spirits down in Cumberland, easily dispelled. And we finally stopped those wandering cenotaphs from appearing in the Weeping Vale. That took some effort. Nothing else, aside from the elven gods disrupting the Fade.
And yet...
There's so much more than spirits in the Fade. Entities and instrumentalities we know only by their shadows.
If you've spotted something in the Fade...
I'm not sure. It's only an occasional stillness where movement and light should be. Let's hope I'm imagining things.
I miss anything big around the necropolis while I was gone?
Caspar I led a stately procession around the wards of his tomb palace.
That hasn't happened in 300 years.
No one knows what occasioned it. Oh, and necromancers outside the Morn Watch attempted to claim the funerary dead. Again!
It's right in the Royal Charter. Only Mortalitasi ascended to the Morn Watch have final authority in the necropolis.
I've had to explain the distinction between Mortalitasi and Watchers a dozen times since leaving home.
But it's simple. Every Navarra necromancer is called Mortalitasi, and some Mortalitasi join the Morn Watch. Done.
Exactly. One would think.
I love this. I'm sorry. I've never seen this cutscene before because I was never a Morn Watcher. This is great. I love this little side bit. They did a really good job with these little side stuff.
I couldn't help overhearing the word homesick.
Oh, I'm fine. Completely absorbed in our venture. But if I were home, I'd be preparing for new students or requests to speak to the dead.
You didn't stop teaching just to be with us, did you?
I'm long overdue for a sabbatical. Besides, do you know how many students the faculty wanted in my class next season? 10! How's one meant to tailor separate lessons for 10 pupils at a time? Honestly.
Can people just ask you to show up for some corpse whispering?
Oh, nothing official. There are very few of us, but we help here and there. Questioning a victim of murder, clearing up disputed wills, and sometimes fetching back last words from a loved one.
Have you used corpse whispering on King Marcus?
Whatever are you talking about?
Come on.
His Majesty's health is a delicate subject. Besides, the palace necromancers aren't watchers. They've their own corpse whisperer.
So King Marcus is dead? Or undead?
Half the nobility must suspect by now. Can you imagine what the other kingdoms would think? I stay well clear of it.
Good to chat. I'll let you get back to your letter.
Before you go, I wanted to thank you for your company in the Memorial Gardens. There's another ceremony I have to perform there. If you'd like to visit again. Not yet, but soon.
I'd like that. I've seen a lot of interesting places outside the necropolis, but...
I do miss the vastness of the tombs.
Exactly. And all the friendly dead.
A visit home will do us both good. I'll let you know when it's time.
Okay, so there was a little bit that I did get with that cutscene with my very first playthrough as Fia. But a lot of that little talk where, you know, it's very obviously Mornwatch oriented, that was cool. I really liked that. Let's see. Tashed in the kitchen. So yeah, that makes me happy. It was really nice to see.
Why do you run around in fancy mage clothes?
Because I like them?
You're barely even wearing a shirt.
You fight Anton with a bare midriff.
Everything all right?
We're fine. Just trading fashion tips. So what I wear is a problem for you?
It's not. It's just... Why dress like that? Are you trying to make your mother happy?
Tosh, what's going on? Something is clearly bothering you.
My bet's on mothers and dresses.
It's just something my mother said the other day. That I act more like a man than a woman.
And you feel like you should wear dresses to make her happy?
No. Can you imagine me in a dress? I'd look stupider than I'd look stupid.
This isn't about the dress, is it?
No, it's... I don't know. She always says stuff like that. About how I dress, how I act.
And?
It feels... right. When she says I act more like a man. It feels... right. Why does it feel right?
Tosh, do you like being a woman?
Nobody likes being a woman.
Ah.
This is stupid. Forget I said anything.
I used to tell myself things that sound like what you're saying. I felt wrong in my own skin. I didn't know why. I figured everyone felt like that, so I pushed it away and tried not to think about it. Until one day I finally realized what was wrong. I'd grown up being treated like a woman, and I hated that. Being a woman didn't make me happy. Being a man did.
So, what? You just changed?
No. It took a long time to get there. I was afraid to admit I might be wrong about something as simple as whether I was a man or a woman. So I did little things. I changed my hair, my clothes. I wasn't deciding anything, just trying it out. I followed things that felt right. And eventually, what felt right was who I am now.
And you're saying... I'm... like you.
One of the first things you told me was you don't get to tell me who I am. Whether you're like me or dealing with some other pain. Well, only you can figure that out.
Okay. I'll try. And thanks for telling me about... you.
Anytime.
That's a nice little subtle thing there. I like the conversation. It's a really big conversation to have. But I'm not going to talk about it because... I don't know why. It just doesn't seem right for it to come from me. Type of a thing, you know? But as I've always said, and I will continue to always say, this place is a safe space for anyone who is straight, gay, bi, trans, non-binary, or anything along that spectrum. You're welcome here. So make sure, if you want to stop by, just say hi. I will always welcome you. And with that being said, let's continue. Got a little heavy there. Let's continue onwards. Alright, Tash, what do you gotta say?
Hey, glad you stopped by. I was gonna grab drinks with the Lords of Fortune at the Hilt. Come along if you want. Get to know the Lords.
Sounds good.
Sounds great to me. We still have a bit more to do, so let's go do it. Hall of Valor. And it seems like it's going to be a conversation one, so... What's that? Code of the Hall. So where is the thing? Is it gonna be a door? Just a door. Alright.
I saw the Hivernal flying by with my own eyes, big as the sky, and ready for the lords to come be heroes. We take it down, and the village nearby will eat like kings and love us for it. It had bright red and blue scales. They'll be worth a fortune, even beyond the Horde.
That's not a Hivernal. You saw a Calton's on. And she's acting normal. She's not one of the dragons blighted by the gods. Going after her would get us killed for no good reason.
I'm gonna have to side with the Lords of Fortune's resident dragon expert.
You sure you're not just scared, Tosh?
Fight it if you want. Tell us where to send your stuff after it kills you.
Aw, sorry, Cutter. Tosh gets final say. We leave the Caltons on alone.
You think I can't fight a dragon just because I don't breathe fire?
You can't fight a dragon because you don't know what you're doing.
Fine. You're the expert.
I guess Cutter's really trying to make a name for himself.
Good way to get killed.
There's rumors of another dragon off to the west. Heard anything, Tosh?
Yeah. Not sure if it's blighted like the ones that attacked Minrathous and Treviso. But it's killing people in villages near Arlothan Forest. They need help.
Well, that's glory.
It's Fire Breather. They always have lairs with a horde.
And there's gold. Tempted yet?
We might be able to spare the time for a dragon hunt.
Can't wait to see what you find. Now, has Tosh told you about fighting a Gamadon Stormrider in the middle of a typhoon?
Best time to catch him.
Oh, it was glorious, Rook.
I love Isabella in this game. Well, I always love Isabella. Isabella's just amazing. Alright, is there anything else? I don't think so. At least nothing we can do. And we're about 10 minutes, which means there's not enough time for a companion quest. Or for the story quest. So, we're going to call it here. I'm going to head back to Navarra and clear out the rest of the necropolis. There we go. And I'll see you all next time. But till then, as always, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.